Good day, grade 7. For this video, I am going to discuss how to compute for the measures of central tendency of group data. So when we say central tendency, we are talking about the mean, median, and mode. Let me give you an example. Let's say we have here the scores of grade 7 Pythagoras in a 50-item quiz. So let's start with solving the mean. Okay? So our formula for the mean of group data is mean or x bar equals summation of f times the class mark x sub m all over n. Okay? So, ito po yung susundin natin na formula para mahanap po yung mean. So, mean po muna ang isosolve natin. So, as you can see sa formula po, kailangan po natin ng sum of fxm, which is the product of the frequencies and the class marks. Okay? So, that is why, kung titingnan nyo po yung table, nag-add po tayo ng columns. So, meron tayong column for the class mark, yung x sub m, and then we have here a column for f x sub m, wherein imumultiply po natin yung f at saka yung x sub m. Okay? And then, this symbol means to sum. I-add po natin yung lahat ng mapupunta dito sa column na ito. Okay? And we also need the value of n, which is referring to the total frequency. So, hanapin po muna natin kung anong value ng total frequency natin. So, dito po tayo titingin sa column ng F. So, what we are going to do is simply to add the values. So, i-add po natin. Okay, so sa activity na ito, pwede po kayong gumamit ng calculator. Okay, so i-add na natin sila. 2 plus 9 plus 11 plus 14 plus 9 and then plus 5. So, the answer is 50. So, ang total frequency po natin ay 50. Yun po ang gagamitin natin na value ng n dun sa formula. So, proceed naman tayo sa x sub m. Okay? So, ang x sub m po ay class mark, which is the average of the upper and the lower limit. So, lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. Okay, so meaning, i-add po natin yung lower at upper limit ng isang class and then i-divide po natin sa 2. Okay? So, magsimula tayo sa pinakamataas, 46. 46 plus 50 and then equals 96 po. So, kuhanin muna natin yung sum bago i-divide sa 2. Then, divided by 2. The answer is 48. So, meaning, ang middle value ng 46 to 50 ay 48. Ayan. So, para makuha natin yung mga susunod na class mark, meron pong shortcut. So, ang gagawin po natin, alamin muna natin yung interval ng bawat class. So, ang interval po ng bawat class ay, so, dito natin tingnan sa difference po ng lower limits ng classes. So, 46 minus 41 is 5. So, 41 minus 36 is 5 also. And then, kapag sinubtract natin yung natitira, 5 pa din. So, ganun din sa upper limits. Pag sinubtract natin, 50 minus 45 is 5. 45 minus 40 is 5. So, that means the interval of these classes is 5. Okay? So, dahil 5 po ang interval nila, ibig sabihin po, ang interval ng class mark natin ay 5 din. So, para makuha natin yung mga susunod pa na class mark, so as you can see, pababa po yung classes natin. So, yung values po ay pababa. So, ang gagawin natin, magma-minus 5 tayo sa 48. Okay? So, 48 minus 5 is 43. So, yun po ang sunod. And then, minus 5 ulit is 38. And then, minus 5 ulit, ang makukuha natin dito ay 33. Minus 5 is 28. And then, minus 5 is 23. Okay? Ayan. So, ang susunod naman natin gagawin is to complete the fourth column, wherein we are going to multiply f by x sub m, or the class mark. So, bawat isa, i-multiply po natin. Okay? Let's start with 2 times 48. And that is 96. And then 9 times 43, we have 387. Next, 11 times 38, we have 418. And then next is 14 times 33, we have 462. And then 9 times 28 is 252. Lastly, 5 times 23, we have 115. Okay. So, dahil po kumpleto na po yung ating fourth column, pwede na natin kuhanin ngayon yung sum ng fx sub m. So, the sum of fx sub m is equal to, so, ang gagawin po natin ay i-add natin lahat ng ito, 96 plus 387 plus 418 plus 462 plus 252 plus 115. So, ang sum po niya ay 1,730. Next po ay isa-substitute na sa ating formula. So, we have x bar equals, the summation of fx sub m is 1,730, and then divided by n, which is 50. So, i-divide lang po natin sila. 1,730 divided by 50. Ayan. So, ang sagot po ay sakto, 34.6. So, this is the mean. Pero kung ang makuha niyo pong sagot ay non-terminating po yung decimal, ira-round off niya lang to the nearest hundreds. So, ibig sabihin, 2 digits after the decimal point. So, dahil po sakto naman siya, so, ganito na lang natin isusulat, 34.6. So, this is the value of the mean. Next naman is median. Okay? So, how do we get the median? Our formula is x tilde, or median, is equal to lower boundary of the median class, or XLD, plus quantity n over 2 minus CFB, which is the cumulative frequency before the median class, all over f sub m, which is the frequency of the median class, times the interval. So, isa-isahin muna natin kunin yung mga values na kailangan natin. Pero bago yon ay kailangan muna nating i-determine ang median class. So, para po makuha ang median class, kailangan natin kunin yung less than cumulative frequency. Okay? So, hindi na natin ngayon kailangan tong class mark tsaka yung F times class mark. So, dito tayo focus sa fifth column, which is the less than cumulative frequency. Pag sinabing less than cumulative frequency, magsisimula tayo dun sa lowest class. Okay? So, ang una nyo munang gagawin ay kopyahin yung frequency ng lowest class. At ang frequency ng lowest class ay 5. Okay? So, ang sunod po ay i-add nyo po yung nasa taas niya, yung next po, next frequency. 5 plus 9 is 14. And then, after that, i-add nyo naman yung nasa taas ng 9. So, 14 plus 14. So, i-add nyo po dito, dun sa ating pinakahuling nakuhang cumulative frequency. 14 plus 14 is 28. And then, after po nun, yung 28 naman, dadagdagan natin yung next frequency, which is 11. So, 28 plus 11 is 39. And then, 39 plus 9 is 48. And then, 48 plus 2 is 50. So, kung mapapansin nyo po, yung last value na nakuha natin ay equal dun sa n. Okay? So, ang n po natin ay yung kanina po, which is 50. So, lagi po yung magtutugma. Yung last value na makukuha nyo sa taas at saka yung n. Okay? So, ano pa yung mga values na kailangan natin? We need also the interval. So, nakuha na natin kanina. The interval of this data is 5. So, next is the lower boundary. So, para makuha yung lower boundary ng median class, kailangan muna natin kuhanin yung median class. Okay? So, di ba median is the middle value or the middle score. So, para makuha natin kung nasan yung middle score, i-divide natin yung n by 2. So, kukunin natin yung gitna. Okay? So, n divided by 2. So, that is 50 divided by 2 equals 25. So, kailangan nating i-locate yung 25th value. Nasaan po siya nabibilang sa ang class. Okay? So, dun po kayo titingin sa may 5th column, which is the less than cumulative frequency. Hahanapin nyo po kung ano yung value, yung pinakamaliit na value na mas mataas sa 25. Ibig sabihin, nandun po yung 25th score. Okay? Yung gitna. So, ang atin pong tinutukoy dito is yung 28. So, dahil siya yung least value na mas malaki sa 25, that means ang atin pong median class ay ito. Okay? Ito po ang ating median class. Yung 31 to 35. Okay? So, dito kayo magpo-focus sa row na ito. Ayan. So, dito natin binase kay 28. Kaya natin nasabing si 31 to 35 ang ating median class. Now, let us find the lower boundary. Okay? So, para makuha natin ang lower boundary, we need to subtract 0.5 from the lower limit of the median class. So, 0.5. Ang lower limit ng median class natin ay 31. So, 31 minus 0.5 is equal to 30.5. So, yun po yung XLB. Ayan. So, 30.5. Next ay, so we have n. Ang n po natin ay 50. So, 50 divided by 2 minus, so ang cumulative frequency before the median class. So, di ba ito yung median class natin? So, titingnan nyo po yung cumulative frequency before the median class. So, pag sinabing before, yung mas mababa. And that is itong 14. So, ito po yung cumulative frequency before. Yan yung value na gagamitin natin, 14. And then over f sub m. So, ano naman po yung f sub m? That is the frequency of the median class. So, dito kayo titingin sa column ng frequency. So, ano po yung frequency ng mismong median class? We have here 14 also. Ayan. So, 14 din siya. Nagkataong 14. So, ito po yung f sub m para hindi kayo nalilito. Ayan. And then, lastly, yung I. So, ang I po natin ay 5. So, dahil kumpleto na yung values, pwede na natin siyang solve. So, following the PEMDAS, magsisimula po tayo dito sa pinakaloob. At as you can see, meron po tayong complex fraction. So, may operation pa dito sa may pinakataas sa numerator. So, kailangan muna natin tong i-simplify. So, dahil dyan, kopyahin muna natin yung ibang values. At i-divide muna natin tong 50 by 2. Kasi kailangan mauna po yung fraction bago yung subtraction na to. So, division muna bago subtraction. 50 divided by 2 is 25 minus 14. Then, copy yung over 14. Then, times 5. So, ang next naman po ay isusubtract na natin yung nasa numerator. 30.5 plus 25 minus 14 is 11. So, magiging 11 over 14. And then, times 5. So, pwede na naman tayong gumamit dito ng calculate. So, gamitan natin ng calculator na. Ayan. So, magsisimula tayo dito sa fraction. So, meaning we have to divide 11 by 14. So, 11 divided by 14 equals, so as you can see, non-terminating po yung nakuha nating sagot. So, i-multiply na natin siya dito sa 5. So, times 5. And then, after i-multiply sa 5, tsaka nyo po i-add sa 30.5. Plus 30.5. Then, equals, ayan, we have 34.42857, non-terminating pa rin. So, sabi ko nga, pag ganyan po ang sagot, ira-round off to the nearest hundreds. So, hanggang dito po sa 2 digits. So, titingnan nyo yung katabing digit, 8. So, dahil siya ay 8, ibig sabihin we have to add 1 dito kay 2. Magiging 34.43. Ayan. So, this will be the final answer. So, kung titingnan nyo po, yung 34.43 ay nandito lang din sa class na to. Nasa loob siya ng 31 to 35. So, hindi dapat po lalabas dun sa median class yung makukuha nyong sagot. And so, this is the value of our median. Lastly, we are going to solve for the mode of this data, and the formula that we are going to use is x hat equals lower boundary of the modal class times the quantity delta 1 over delta 1 plus delta 2 multiplied by the interval. Okay? So, dahil kailangan ulit natin ng interval, isulat natin. We have here I, or interval, equals 5. And the next po ay, i-identify natin yung lower boundary of the modal class. Pero ano nga ba muna yung modal class? So, dahil po mode ang pinag-uusapan, so pag sinabing mode, it is the most occurring value in a given set of data. So, dahil nakagroup po yung ating data, malalaman natin ang modal class by determining the highest frequency. And the highest frequency is 14, which means that the modal class is 31 to 35. So, same nung kanina, nung median class. Pero not all the time, parehas ang median class at ang modal class. Okay? So, again, ang modal class po ay nakadepende sa may pinakamataas na frequency. Okay? So, dahil dyan, makukuha na natin ang lower boundary. At again, to get the lower boundary, subtract 0.5 from the lower limit. So, the lower limit is 31 minus 0.5, and that is 30.5. So, 30.5 ang ating lower boundary. So, sunod naman po natin kunin. Huwag pong kalimutan yung plus dito. So, importante pong may plus. Huwag pong magkakamaling i-multiply po yung 30.5 dun sa makukuha nating value sa loob ng parentheses. Okay? So, delta 1 is the difference of the frequency of the modal class and the frequency of the next lower class. So, ito po ang delta 1. This is delta 1. So, isusubtract po natin yung dalawa. Therefore, we have 14 minus 9. And 14 minus 9 is 5. So, next naman ay yung delta 2. So, ang delta 2 naman po is the difference of the frequency of the modal class and the next higher class, which is this one, 11. So, ito ang ating delta 2. Subtract natin, 14 minus 11 equals 3. Ayan. So, i-substitute lang po natin yung mga values na nakuha natin. So, ito ay magiging 5 over 5 plus 3. And then, multiplied by the interval, which is 5. So, sundin ulit natin ang PEMDAS. Dito tayo magsisimula sa nasa loob ng parentheses. So, kopyahin muna natin yung 30.5. So, ang atin lang pong isi-simplify dito sa nasa loob ng parentheses is yung denominator. Okay? So, siya ay 5 over 5 plus 3 is 8. And then, multiplied by 5. So, gamitin na ulit natin ang ating calculator. So, magsimula po tayo dito sa fraction. So, 5 over 8 or 5 divided by 8 equals 0.625. Then, i-multiply na po natin ito agad dito sa interval, which is 5 times 5. And then, add the product to 30.5. So, plus 30.5. Ayan. So, the answer is 33.625. I-round natin to the nearest hundreds. So, dahil 5 po to, mag-a-add tayo ng 1 kay 2. So, magiging 33.63. Okay? So, tulad nung kanina, yung nakuha nating sagot, nandun lang din siya sa ating modal class. So, yung 33.63 is between 31 and 35 lang. So, this is how we solve for the mode of group data. If you have questions, mag-chat lang po kay ma'am para po kayo ay matulungan in answering your activity. That's all. Thank you.